My girlfriend, 21F, of 18 months asked my 22 Memi preference about her pubic hair, and now finds me revolting. So yesterday, my girlfriend casually asked me how I prefer pubic hair to be groomed. She usually keeps hers short but neat. I assumed she was just looking to change things up and wanted my opinion, so I answered honestly and said that I find completely shaven attractive. But in the grand scheme of things I couldn't care less. It's not a turn-off if there's hair, and that I like the way she has it now. Well, it turns out she had a lecture today at college. She studies psychology, and the topic was on pedophiles. Apparently, one of the talking points was that pedophiles are attracted to the lack of body hair. When she told me this, I asked her, "Are you seriously calling me a pedophile because I find completely shaven attractive? Can I just point out that you're 21 and not 12? She basically skirted around my questions and then stormed out of my apartment when I kept pressing her on it. As she left, she called me revolting and is now ignoring my calls and text messages. What the fuck? Honestly, not even sure where to go from here. We've never had any issues and was planning on proposing in the next year. Where has this even come from?" So an update to my previous post. She ignored my messages, calls for 3 days, at which point she texted me asking if I was free for her to come over for a movie night. I told her sure, but we need to talk about what happened before anything else. She replied with, "About what?" I figured it was best to wait until I actually saw her in person before trying to discuss the issue, which I did. When she arrived, we sat down, and I started by saying that I was upset by our last conversation, and I'd like to discuss what happened, at which point she said, "It doesn't need to be discussed, can we leave it?" I said, "Not really, no, I'd like to get to the bottom of what actually happened, and also discuss your reaction of storming out and not talking to me for 3 days, and then acting like nothing has happened." She basically refused to discuss it, so I told her that if we can't at least discuss what happened, then I want to break up, and that she needed to get her stuff that she has in my apartment and leave. She lost her shit, bawling and screaming so much that my neighbor came and knocked on the door to check if everything was okay. He's a chill dude, so asked if he could stay while she got her stuff together, as she seemed to calm down once he was present. She basically sulked around slamming cupboards whilst she got her stuff, and then left. So yeah, no real answers, and I'm still confused as fuck as to what happened. I text her mom to keep an eye on her as I'm kinda thinking she's losing it. I've never seen her like this and it worries me. She's been blowing up my phone about how she loves me and can't imagine life without me. But honestly, this whole thing has soured me, and I'm struggling to see any way that we will continue this relationship. Thanks to everyone who replied before. TLDR. My girlfriend baited me into a question about pubic hair, implied I was a pedo, ignored me for 3 days, and then tried to act like nothing had happened, and so I broke up with her. Fun.